Hi guys, in this video I'm going to give you a complete overview about how to prepare for the set theory. Set theory is one of the very important topics in the modern maths. So all the new exams are almost having this topic. Yep. So let's start with the first thing here. Yeah. So importance wise, this is one of the most important topics here. Set theory. Now if I talk about my CAT paper, last year in my CAT paper there were 3 questions based on set theory. And in my CMAT paper, there were 2 questions based on set theory. But they'll keep on changing. But you can expect 1 to 2 questions in your CAT paper from this topic. And similarly for your CMAT, again 2 questions for sure. Yeah. So, and again for the other exam also, Narsi Monji's SNAP and MED, all the exam will contain this topic. Yeah. So now talking about the topic wise, what covers the set theory, scope of set theory is the 2-party set, 3-party sets and the 4-party sets. 2-party sets is like there are 2 people, A and B. How much time they will, if 40% people are doing this, 60% people are doing this, how much time they'll work together, or the XYZ, you can solve that question. Yeah. Second is a 3D set. 3-party is a normal 3-party. There are 3 people. Some people eat coffee, some people eat tea, 3 sets. And 4-party will be a little bit more complicated. This is not a very common question in the exams. Fine, but there are 4 parties involved. Fine. So that is the overall. Now within 2 parties there are 3 kind of questions. One is a simple question like we just did. Then there is a 3D set. Yeah, there are some males, some people A, some people drink B. Within that 40% are male, 60% are female, male female. Now it's a 3D set. Within 2D they have again divided into 2 phases. That's where the problem starts. This is the important area which is coming in CAT, and the maximum minimum. 40% people eat coffee, 60% eat tea. Find the number of people, find the maximum number of people who use both, or find the minimum number of people who use both. That kind of a question is maximum minimum. 3D party, again 3D sets is a simple sets. People eat, drink coffee, tea. This is a very common question. In fact, this question is going to come in CAT and CMAT, followed by maximum minimum question which we just did earlier, and the 4D set. So that's your overall scope of the exam. So I want you to go through each of them so that you are well versed with each of them. Fine. So what I've done here is I've defined the scope for you. Now if you are doing 10 questions from each of these topics, that's more than sufficient to crack this topic. Yeah. So that's all I want you to cover in this part. Yeah. So moving on to, now let's talk about the shortcut set. This is a traditional way of doing this topic. There are some A, there are some B. How many people are together, how many are both, how many are total, so all these kind of questions. Now I'm going to introduce you to the shortcut here. Let's start with this question. Now let's not look at the solution here, so I'll hide the solution before you people see the solution. In a survey was found 65% people watch news on TV. For 40% newspaper, 65%, 25% both. Find the percentage of people who use none, who watch none. Fine. Now to solve that question, normally we do the Venn diagram to solve this question. Now we have 65% people doing TV. This is for TV. And 40% is for the newspaper. And 25 people use both. What we normally do is 65 minus 25, so will be 40 here. 25 minus 15, 15 here. So total 45, 25, 15. 80 people are doing something. So remaining 20 people are doing nothing. So answer is 20. Fine. That is the traditional way of doing this question. Now let me introduce my way of doing this question, which is very simple. What I do is normally I draw lines. So if I draw a line here, can I say 65% people watch TV, 40% watch newspaper, 65, 40. There have to be some common here. How many common are there? 25. That's all. Now the moment I do to 25 here, this 65 minus 25, I'll get the number of people who play only TV, and this minus this watch only newspaper. All total is 80 out of 100. What I'm doing is, instead of doing the circles, I'm doing the lines, which is much easier to draw. All you do is draw 2 lines, one coming from this side, one coming from that side. That's all. Answer is done. Fine. Let's do this question again so that you become comfortable with the topic. Now 65 people are from one side, 40 people are from the other side. What is the gap here? 25 overlap. Now this defines the scope of the number of actual people doing something. So 65 minus this is 40, and 65 minus this is 15. So 80 people are doing something, are these two things out of total 100 people. This was the total scope 100. 100 minus 80, 20 people. 20 people are doing nothing. I wanted to pause the video and please try to do this question again using the lines instead of the Venn diagram. Alright, let's try a couple of more questions. Alright, again please pause the video and try to do this question yourself. Total 80 students, 35% can play, 35% of 80. Yeah, we're not talking about the number of students, we're talking about the percentage now. Please remember that. Fine, so 35 people playing only table tennis, so 35% only cricket, and 45% only table tennis. So there have to be some overlap. Fine. If the remaining people play both the games, so we have to find the remaining people. Total is 100, 35 gone, 45 gone, 80 gone. How much is remaining? 20. So 20 have to be overlap. That's all. So overlap will be 20 people. I can also do this by Venn diagram. So I've given you the example here for Venn diagram. So answer is 20%. Yeah. So 20% of 80 is what? 16. Yeah, this question is wrong here, so don't worry about this looking at the solution here. So total is 20%, so answer is, yeah, so answer is 20% people who play both the games. Now my question is how many people who can play cricket? Cricket will be these two things. So total become 55%. 35 plus 20, 55% people can play cricket. So my answer is 55%. Now normally people will mark 55 as answer, but we have to look at the number of children out of 80%. 50 of 80, 50% be how much? Now to find 55% of 80, so 55 by 100 into 80, that is the traditional way of doing this. Now how much is 50% of 80? 40. How much is 5% of 80? 4. Answer is 44. Alright, next question. Again, please pause the video and try to do this question yourself without looking at the answer here. Alright, so found that 70% people pass in Hindi and 80% people pass in English. 65% pass in both the subjects. All I have to do is 65 pass in both. So 70 minus 65, 5%. 80 minus 65, 15%. Now find out the percentage of students who failed in both the subjects. So how many people pass? 65, 80, 85. If 85% people pass, 15% people fail. Alright. Last question. Out of total 70 guests, now total my figure here is 70. 52 were served coffee. So please pause the video and try to do yourself and then explain the answer. 52 guests were who preferred tea and 37 who preferred coffee. Each of the guests liked one or the other thing, so they have to be, all of them like something. There's nothing, none. How many guests like both? All I have to do is find the total of this. 70 minus total of these two numbers is my answer. Or ulta, these two numbers minus that 70 is my answer. So this is how much? 89. 89 minus 70, 90. So answer is 19. Trust me, drawing line is a 2-second job. Otherwise you have to completely draw the full chart. Like here. Fine. So trust me, try to do 20 questions of this topic. You will be confident with the topic. Next is a 3D diagram. Now again I've got shortcuts here, but this is a traditional method for doing the 3D diagram. I'm not going to take it up now, we don't have time for that, but just giving an overview here. Again, all these questions can be done in 30 seconds. You don't need to write all these formulas. There will be, if there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, complete total 8 and none 9. If there are 9 variables, there will be 9 equations to solve this question. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are given here. So in this case we just need 7 equations, but that's a typical way of solving this. I want you to avoid all these things by using shortcuts. Alright, if you've joined us, if you've joined Cetking, then I would recommend you to see the videos or attend this in the class. Otherwise I want you to do a shortcut about that, because this question you are going to get in the paper. Mark it for me, and you will do. If you don't know how to solve this question, then obviously you are gone. But otherwise, even if you don't know the answer, then you will be a big task to solve this calculation. And most of people do a calculation mistake in this question. Fine. So please go through this thing again. Alright, I'll end with again the scope of things. So you can expect 1 to 2 questions in CAT and 2 questions for sure in CMET exam. Apart from that, you can obviously expect these questions in ZAT, NMET, CMET, all the other exams as well. Scope wise, we did the two party sets. So I focused on this first set right now. But these are the overall scope. So 2D set, simple sets, the one we did. You use the lines. Then 3D set, maximum minima. Third 3-party sets, simple set, maximum minima, and 4-party set. That's your complete scope of the thing. Fine. So if you've joined us, please go through the questions again. Please go through the complete videos, around 4 to 5 videos on sets only. So I want you to go through all of them. Fine. If you have not joined us, you can join us by calling this number 500-380 or visit cetking.com or mockengineering.com, mockengg.com to know more about how you can join us. All the videos are available 24 hours, so you can see the video whenever you want, in the night, morning, daytime, with all the topics as well. Yeah. Alright, thank you.